Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. Okay, so this, I don't know, I'm a math person, so accountant in a former life. This ends up being 6 by 6, okay? So I cut out squares that are 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and I'm gonna glue them here. I just think that looks really cool. However, I've taken the same papers, and I don't want to use the same papers that are here and here, so I've kind of sorted through them. I'm going to use the strawberries here, and I'm going to use this green one here and this green one because it's different than that here. And then there's only going to be 4 holes, and then there's going to be 2 halves. So I thought I will take this one and cut it diagonally, and then I'll use half on this side and half on the front. So that works out perfectly if I can cut it straight. Let's put it that way. So I'm going to start in the middle. Sometimes that helps. If you have a point, your cutter might want to smush it up. Maybe it's just mine. I don't know. All right, so let's do the triangles first. I'm going to come in here and do this. And it should leave about 1/8 to 1/16 of an inch all the way around. And then I'll come back and ink some of that. And I'm going to go ahead and ink this as well, just to grunge it up a little bit. In fact, maybe I should ink that bottom part before I put this down. Let's see, I don't need a lot, but just a little. Yeah, that'll be easier than trying to do it after. All right. Get my glue to the tip. Takes a second. Okay. There we go. So I'm just going to kind of even up the difference there, not going for perfect. There we go. Yeah, that's good. All right, so let's come in here. I just realized I have 2 sides of this, so I'll probably cut another set of these and put in here. I'm just going to come around the edge. I am not going to cut these apart. I'm going to go ahead and do the whole thing right across the fold, and I think that should help. Let's see. Yes, that should give me just a little bit more strength for where I want to sew in my signatures. I am going to fold it. Let's see if that helps. And then that will give me an idea of where. There again, I'm going to ink this. Be careful with your papers. I'm kind of ripping mine up a little bit, but that's okay. It's going to be a little on the grungy side, and I'm not too concerned about that. Don't need that. Okay. So I'll put our ink on. Actually, I'll put all of it on at the same time. If you have not checked out Natasa's channel over at Treasure Books, she has a lot of fun things. I really want to try doing the bookbinding with the pin barrels. That's going to be one of my next things I want to try because I really think it's cool. I just got rid, when I saw her video, I had just gotten rid of all my bad pins. I am going to come along here in the middle just to kind of mess that up a little bit. Glue this piece down. And there again, I'm going to cut these pieces and then I'll be able to do this side. Okay, so am I doing the top or the bottom? Let's see. I'm working from the back. Okay, that's what I thought. So I am doing the right side. I'm working from the back. So I need to get another one for that, but we will do this side first. Here. That's going to look cool. So I think I will probably speed this up, and then maybe I will just go ahead and glue these all in. And come back, because I think you kind of get the idea of what's involved. It's not rocket science. The hardest part of this whole project is lining up the corners for the initial fold. And if you can do that, everything's a piece of cake. All right, I'm putting it back up at the top so I don't get dizzy. My husband will say I'm dizzy already. So I got some new, I think I've told you before, I have to be careful what I say to him, because if I say, hey, you know what I want, he'll go buy it. So since we bought this house, I have my dining room has a nice big picture window, and I wanted to put like a corner shelf on each side because there's room, and I just never have gotten around to buying those corners. And I've put all kinds of things, chairs in the corner and little planters in the corner, nothing I liked. And so I finally found, my mom had a Montgomery Ward's catalog at her house, and they had these corner shelves in them. And so I showed them to him. I said, see, this is what I've always wanted in that corner. Well, happy Valentine's Day to me. He went and bought them. So excited. My dining room's starting to shape up. Now, I have let my kids, and I wish I hadn't done this, but I let them put a TV on the dining room table because it has the 2 leaves in it, and it's really long, and they put a TV at the end so they could play video games when Dad's in the living room watching TV. The only thing is I can't get them to remove it. I need to be meaner. But they're like, well, where are we going to put it now? I don't know. Find a place. I don't want it in my dining room forever. So I don't mind it once in a while. I didn't realize they were planning on keeping it. So it's got like the switch hooked up to it. It's got the Wii, an old Wii hooked up to it. Yeah. All right, let's do this one. So I'm going to finish up here. And I'll be back. Hi everyone, I'm back. Okay, so I've got this matted. I've got both sides of this, both sides of this. I guess I should check and make sure I didn't glue anything down. There we go. Okay, and then when we come over this side, we've got these. So I've decided that I'm going to put some pages, and I've got some of my, this is just tan paper. I've cut this down because this ends up being 8.5 by 8.5. I've cut this down to 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. So I've got 2 sets of 3. So I'm going to leave this one for pockets, and I'm going to put a journal section here, pockets, journal section here, and pockets, or whatever. I haven't quite decided yet. So that's getting us a little bit thicker there. I have decided I'm probably just going to do a simple wrap around closure. Since it's an accordion journal, you know, you need to be able to, or I want to be able to take the closure off, but it needs something here. So if you remember, I got the Your Creative Studio butterfly set, so I dug in there. I've got a little bit of leftovers from the Stamperia, I think it's Old Lace. I've got some cutoffs from the cover, and I'm just going to play. So I think I'm going to put a little bit of this cheesecloth. This is 50 grade cheesecloth. Very, very grungy. I like it. So I'm just going to kind of lay that out like so. And then I think I will, I'm going to use this label with the butterfly on it. I thought that looked nice. The colors are well suited. So I'm going to ink around here a little bit. Not that it needs it, but it's my thing. It's didn't used to be, but the more I do it, the more I love it. So I'm going to attach that. What did I do with my glue? Here it is. I'm going to attach this to the cover, and I think that's going to be it for the cover. Because you're going to be handling it, I don't want to put a bunch of stuff on it because it's going to be a flipping and a flopping. So probably need to get a little bit thicker because of that cheesecloth. Having a hard time squeezing this today. Some days are better than others. Okay, let me see if I can get that label on there mostly straight, centered, and bam. Alright, so all I need to do is just kind of clip off this little piece right here. And if anything else falls off, we'll take care of that when it does. But at the moment, I think that looks good. So you can write my journal or ephemera. This would be a great ephemera pocket, accordion pocket for, you know, if you wanted to stuff it and send it to a bunch of friends. In fact, I may pull some of my pre-made ephemera down from up there that I need to get rid of. Let me do that real quick. Oops. While that's drying. Because these are all kind of, sorry about that, kind of grungy. So I don't even know what's in here. It looks like these are from Happiness in Crafting, and they might be too big, but oh, I love this one. I forgot about these. Piece of hair. We don't need that. It's amazing what you can find when you are cleaning. I haven't gotten very far, but I'm trying. These might be, well, we'll see. We may, I have a couple of blank ones here. I have some, well, that doesn't really coordinate, but I have some of these little matchbooks. So I have some of these little side tucks with the insert. So we could attach those maybe to a couple of pages. Yeah. So we'll play with it. Like I said, I'm going to sew in on those 2 pages. I'll probably make some pockets. Let's go back to this side. I'm going to make maybe some corner pockets, maybe some corner tucks. This one would have to go like this, and then we could tuck things in there. So if I did that on there, and I did this on here, that would take care of 2 pages. And then we have the journal on the second page, and then we have this middle section. And I kind of want to add a pocket here because it's the center. I might be able to, this is a little bit big. So I don't think I'm going to use those. I know I want to use these, well, not all of them, but let's see, probably this one and this one, though I love that, in the pockets on the other side. And then these are too big as well. I don't think that those are going to fit in there. So I'm going to have to wait for a bigger journal. But I do have these that I could make into a tuck for the center page, and then I would be able to tuck things inside. So let's do that, and we can always come back and add some lace and bling if we want. Alright, so how do I want to attach here and here. I'm probably not going to do there, so I'll just do it in an L shape. Straight down this side, and wherever there's a gap, I'll skip it. Excuse me. Probably need to take a break and add some water to my system. Out of there. Alright, I'm just going to do it right to the page, and we could put some writing paper in there, or we can put whatever we want in there. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I didn't ink this one, so like I said, it's got the offset has like a marbled paper, so it's kind of cool. Alright, so I want this side, right? Yeah. So let's do here, here, and here. And just like that. Try to keep them about the same. And then maybe we could use these cutoffs. I have these cutoffs from the cover that might fit in here. And I've got these cutoffs from the paper. So let's see, I don't need quite that much. I probably could cut off about 1.25 inches off of these. Yeah, so they're 1.75 inches. So I think I'll cut off, I'm going to cut off 1.5 inches. So let me do that. I've got 2 of them. This is off the 12 by 12s that I used for the cover. So let me get this out of the way for a second. I've got too many piles going on. This is why my glue is always so thick, because I forget to put the lid on it. So okay, so 1 inch, what did I say, 1.25 inches? I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'll go from the top since it's a little thicker. That'll work. I think I was going to cut off 1.5 inches, but that'll work. So I'm just going to put that on there, and then I will staple it. And what I will do is do one way and one the other, so it'll look like we have 2 covers, even though it's the same piece of paper. So let's ink these a little bit. I've got to get some re-inkers. This pad is so dry. I like the ink pads to be nice and juicy. And I'm having a hard time finding the re-inkers for the oxide. Hobby Lobby does not carry re-inkers that I can tell. So if you guys have, you know, another place besides Amazon, last time I checked, I think Amazon had wanted like $15 for a re-inker. Is that normal? Are they that much? Am I just being too cheap? Alright, so I'm going to center this inside. I'm going to get my stapler out and do a couple of staples. Hoping it goes through, and it did. Okay, let's do the same thing on this one, only I want to reverse it. So I have a little bit different design. That one didn't go. Let's fix it. It does that about every third time. It smashes. Didn't want to go through the paper. There we go. That's better. Okay, so how do we want to decorate these? Don't really need that. I've got these stamps too that I'm thinking maybe we'll just put a couple of stamps in the corners. I believe these are stickers. I like that. I like that as just an offset to, you know, pop a color. And Dragonfly. I always come back to the same ones because I get some favorites. Let's do this one here. Those have a white border. I guess it doesn't really matter. This one needs a white border. So I'm not going to see it, but I can use one that I wouldn't normally. Yeah, let's do that. That I may not use otherwise. So I'm just going to carry on decorating, and then I will come back with a video showing the finished product, what we've got, and I'll see you then. Bye now.